Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Kansas City Royals rebuild here on MLB The Show 23. That is right. We return to the franchise, and we currently sit in the ALCS. Last episode, the Royals got back to the postseason for the first time, I'm pretty sure, for the first time since they won the World Series in 2015. I don't think the Royals have been back. I may be mistaken. Maybe they got back in like 2018 or 2019 or 2020. Everybody got in the playoffs in 2020. I don't know, but they've been really bad ever since they won the World Series with that team with like Lorenzo Cain, Salvador Perez. I forget what's the other dude's name. He was the outfielder. Oh, I can't. Is it Alex Gordon? Is that his name? Something Gordon, I think, is his name. Mike Moustakas is on that team. You know the 2015 Royals team. They had a bunch of really solid players. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the 2015 team. We're here to talk about the 2025 Kansas City Royals, who went and played a historical ALDS against the Cleveland Guardians. Remember, we're coming off of a magical, amazing division battle against those same Cleveland Guardians, where we just snuck past them and held them off to hold on and win the division. But then for our troubles, we had to go and play them in the ALDS because they beat the Rangers in the wild card, so we played them and we beat them 3-2. We could not score a single run or really get a hit on the road at Progressive Field. I don't know what it was about these two games. Maybe it was our pitching. Ian Anderson and Andrew Painter were the two guys on the mound. But we just could not get it going. We could not get our offense moving in those two games. Luckily, we were able to explode on offense in the other three games that were at home. So I'm hoping we can do that here in the ALCS. We were able to win in 5 games against the Guardians, hold them off twice in the same season, and now we make it to the ALCS where we take on the Houston Astros. This is one of the matchups of all time, that is for sure. The Dodgers and Cardinals have already played 2 games in the NLCS, and it's 1-1 so far. And we've yet to play. But we've got game 1 at home, Royals, Astros. Roki Sasaki's on the mound, and if you're not familiar with how the playoffs work in the Royals series, we play every game quick manage in the series, and we jump in if we need to save situations, if we need to help the team get some runs or try to help the team get some runs, all that kind of stuff, just to make it more special and more focused on one singular series instead of going through the entire playoffs in one video. So we did the ALDS, the entirety of that, in last episode. If you want to go back and watch that, it's all in there. And now we're doing all of the ALCS. So whether if we lose, then the offseason will be the next episode. But if we somehow manage to beat the Astros in 7 games, the next episode will be the World Series. and just like in the Mets Legends series, if we do happen to get to the World Series and it comes down to a Game 7, then Game 7 will be all by itself, full game, 1 episode, that's it. So that's how it's going to go. But we got to focus. We can't focus on World Series and Game 7 of the World Series just yet. We got to focus on the freaking Astros in the ALCS. We're still running the same exact lineup. Luis Arraez, Elly De La Cruz, Vinny Pasquantino, Juan Soto, Teoscar Hernandez, Walter, the Rookie of the Year, Byron Buxton, who is still injured a little bit, Salvador Perez, and Bobby Witt. That's our 1 through 9. We got Roki Sasaki on the mound, and we're hoping to take down the Houston Astros because this is going to be a battle. Let's get into it. I can't wait. Yeah, I think we are going to have to replace him. We're going to have Lou Walls come in. I think that we need Byron Buxton as fully healthy as he can be, and so we might lose a little bit of production with Lou Walls playing, but it's going to have to happen. Okay, Game 1 at Kauffman Stadium of the ALCS. Let's see how we can do. We get a run in the bottom of the 2nd. That's good. And Sasaki seems to be controlling this team so far. And we get 2 more in the bottom of the 4th. So it's 3-0. Javier is not producing that well. And they pull him, and then we get 2 more in the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-0. And Roki Sasaki allows his first 2 hits of the night in the top of the 7th. That's kind of crazy. 2 more hits in the top of the 8th, but we are rolling. And this is an interesting one. Do I keep Roki Sasaki in for the complete game shutout, and risk the Astros getting 5 runs? It's very unlikely, but it can happen. He's going up against the 2, 3, 4 guys. You know what? I'm going to jump in and do it myself. I'm going to make sure that Roki Sasaki gets the complete game shutout. I'm not leaving anything to chance. I'm going to make it myself. Roki Sasaki's only got 89 pitches as well. I am going to slightly warm up Garrett Crochet just in case something bad happens. Top of the 9th, 1-1 count to Chase. Is it Chas or Chase? McCormick? I think it's Chase. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But he flies out anyways to right field, so it doesn't matter. Yordan Alvarez, one of the best power hitters in all of baseball. And he has to go up against the ace of the Royals in the top of the 9th with game 1 on the line. And I'm severely pitching around him because he can do stuff like that, but he fouls it off. This is an interesting spot. We're going to go splitter. We could easily walk him here, but he stays alive. He fouls that off. 2-seamer maybe? This could be a ball, and it is. It's going to drift a little bit outside. Ball 4. Alvarez gets on base, but luckily Alvarez is not very fast. So if Kyle Tucker gets anything on the ground here, easy double play situation. We're going to go splitter low, and strike 3. So forget the double play. Tucker goes down. Hardly know him. And we've got Ryan McMahon. 2-2 count. The rally towels are in full effect here in Kansas City. Game 1 of the ALCS is ours. McMahon strikes out on the splitter, and the Royals win 5-0. Sasaki goes 9 innings. Complete game shutout. That's our ace. That's our ace, baby. And the Royals take a 1-0 lead in the ALCS against the dominant Astros. I don't know what it is about being at home that makes us so much better than being on the road, but we could not hit in the ALDS on the road. We'll see if that's still the case here in the CS. Sasaki goes 9 innings, allows 4 hits, 13 strikeouts, 2 walks, and no earned runs for the complete game shutout. Teoscar Hernandez had a home run and a triple, and I'm assuming a single as well. 3 RBIs in that game. Teoscar Hernandez was the real reason why we won that one. And we win 5-0, and great. Buxton was able to have that day off, and he can come back now. Brady Singer, we pitched him in Game 5, so he's going to be a little bit tired. And you know what? I'm going to actually rock some alternates in Game 2. We pitched him in Game 5, so he is a little bit tired. I think I'm actually going to go Pablo Lopez for this game. We're going to let Brady Singer take Game 3. First game on the road in Houston, just to give him a little bit more time, because we also have that day off in between Game 2 and 3. So we're going to let Pablo Lopez take Game 2. And we've got top of the 1st. Houston gets nothing. All right. Oh, big 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd from the Royals. The bats just seem to come alive at home. Lopez does allow 2 runs in the top of the 5th, but we get another run of insurance in the bottom of the 5th. And I am keeping an eye on Lopez's energy. I think I'm going to pull him. He did a good job. Garrett Crochet will come in top 7. And now we will bring in... No, Crochet goes another inning. Okay, perfect. And now we bring in Camilo Doval to shut the door on the Astros in Game 2. Pablo Lopez did a great job. He only allowed 2 earned runs. He pitched really well to start the game. And now we got 3, 4, and 5 with Camilo Doval on the mound. We have a 96% chance to win this game. So we got to live up to that. Let's see if we can get it done. It's nice to have Byron Buxton back. I don't know how much he affected the game, but it's nice to have him healthy. He just needed that 1 game of rest. And Hernandez will be able to track this one in right field. Alvarez, we've been able to neutralize Yordan Alvarez's power for the most part in this series so far. Now, that's just been the 2 games on the road. I don't know what we're going to do when he gets actually back into his home ballpark. Kyle Tucker will send that one also to Hernandez in right field, but he will easily track it as well. And that is 2 down in the inning. The rally towels are out again, and Ryan McMahon is the final out again. Will he be able to redeem himself from last time? Or will he go down in flames? And he will. Pasquantino on the ground. Steps on first base, and the Royals have a 2-0 lead in the ALCS against the Astros. Pablo Lopez pitched really well in this one. And the boys get it done in Game 2. So we currently are undefeated at home in the 2025 postseason. The only 2 games we lost were on the road in Cleveland. So that's awesome. Walter had a double and a triple? The Rookie of the Year was moving. I didn't think he had wheels like that. Camilo Doval gets his 2nd save of the postseason, and Walter is the player of the game as well. Bobby Witt also had a triple. And Teoscar continues his hot streak with a double and a single. And we take a 2-0 lead in the ALCS. I would love a sweep. I would love a sweep, but we are taking on Framber Valdez, which is maybe their best pitcher. It's really him or Christian Javier, I would guess, are 2 of their better pitchers. But we destroyed Javier in Game 1. He was on the mound in Game 1, so we took him out. But we go to Game 3 on the road, Framber Valdez versus Brady Singer. It's not going to be Ian Anderson. It's going to be Brady Singer today. He got his rest, so he is ready to go, and we still got the same crew. So let's get it done, boys. That's what I'm talking about. 3-0 start to the game. Singer allows 1 run in the bottom half, but now we're cooking with gas. Come on, Brady. Get it done. Okay, that's another run. Brady's day is probably done, but before he goes, the Kansas City Royals get another 3 runs in the top of the 6th. We're going to bring in Dylan Coleman in the bottom of the 6th. He gets a nice clean inning. Let him go another half. There we go. Now we bring in Joe Jimenez, bottom 8. He gets nothing. And now we bring in Camilo Doval. I don't know if it's a save situation. It's 4 runs, so it's probably not a save situation. But we lead 2-0. I'm glad that we finally were able to hit the baseball on the road. That's a nice little change of pace. But we got 6, 7, and 8 against the Astros in Game 3 of the ALCS. The Astros have not played well so far. Jeremy Pena is the first man up, the 6 hitter. Can Doval get him down? I sure hope so. I'm going to go with a sinker here, 2-2. And that is going to be... I thought it was going to be strike 3. I really did. I really, really did think it was going to be strike 3. But the slider will ground it to shortstop. Bobby Witt fields it, 90 speed, but it's not fast enough. Bobby Witt gets him out, and that's the first out of the inning. Trevor Story has made his way to Houston, and he is hitting 7th in the lineup for the Astros, and he swings past the sinker. He doesn't chase the slider. Wow, I really thought he'd go after that. All right, we'll go hit him with the cutter. Hardly nowhere. Strike 3. Trevor Story goes down. And that is 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. And it's Yanir Diaz. I think that's how you say that. Yanner? I think it's Yanir, I would guess. But he doesn't stand a chance against the all-star closer. Kansas City has a 3-0 lead on the not on the Royals, on the Astros in the ALCS. You love to see it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. I wanted a sweep, and we are 1 game away. This would be perfect, especially if the Dodgers and Cardinals are going deeper into their series, because their guys are going to be more likely to be tired. The Royals lead 3-0, and maybe I was wrong about who the ace is. Walter had a home run, a 3-run shot, and Teoscar had a 2-run home run. Teoscar's been big. He might get, if we get to the World Series, he might get postseason player of the postseason. He might get that postseason MVP because he's been dominant. But I might have been wrong about who the ace of this squad is, because Brady Singer's 3-0. I know Sasaki's been good as well. What's Sasaki? Sasaki's 2-0 with a 1.06, and Singer's got a 3.0. He's allowed more runs and more hits, but I don't know. It's tough to pick between the two of them. They're both really good this season. We got 1 more game, and the Dodgers and Cardinals are 2-2. So they're going to be, barring crazy things happening in this series, they're going to be playing a little bit longer than us. But we've got Game 4, a potential sweep of the Astros, which is something I did not think I'd say. I mean, obviously I wished it would happen, but I didn't actually think it would. And we are going to go with Andrew Painter. He's 0-1. I need him to get some redemption. Can he do it? Christian Javier, we already blew him up in game 1. Let's see if we can do it again. We get 1 run in the top of the second. They get 1 back in the bottom half. But we get 3 in the top of the third. But they get 4 in the bottom of the third. Painter, what are we doing? But we get 3 in the top of the fourth. It's an emotional roller coaster here in Houston. They get nothing in the bottom of the fourth. I don't know what's going on. Do I keep Andrew Painter in? That's the big question. I don't know if I keep Andrew Painter in this game. Oh, that's tough. I'm going to let him go 5. That was a good choice. I don't think I can let him go 6, though. Painter's probably done. We're going to bring in Josh Stalmett, and we are going to jump in and keep this game where it is. 3-0, bottom 6 in Houston. If we win this game, if this score stands, we are going to the World Series for the first time since 2015. And if we win the World Series this season, that's a big strikeout on Ryan McMahon. If we win this World Series, the rebuild will technically be complete because we will have taken a bad baseball team when we got here, and we will have turned them into an all-star team, into a World Series champion. But I'm not getting ahead of myself. We still got a 2-run lead, and we still got a lot of baseball to play against a tough Astros team. Now, they might not be as tough as they used to be, but they're still the Astros. They still got the foundations of their World Series dynasty they've had. Trevor Story will send that to shallow right center. Buxton will make the play. That's a long trek, but he does make the play, and we get out of that inning with nothing happening. I am going to warm up some guys. We're going to get Kendall Graveman going, and we're going to get Dylan Coleman going. We go top 7. Hunter Brown is still pitching for this Astros organization, and he will get Vinny Pasquantino to fly out to left field. And Yordan Alvarez. I thought I had a little bit more juice on that. Ooh, Juan Soto's got a home run in this game. Maybe Juan Soto will be postseason MVP. I don't know. I'm not swinging at that, even though that was tempting. And that was a really good placed knuckle curve from Hunter Brown. But I am swinging at this meatball. Give it to me! Too much underneath it. It floated right into the hands of Kyle Tucker. And that is 2 outs in the inning. But here is the true postseason MVP. Teoscar Hernandez has been unbelievable this postseason. He's got 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. I mean, he's just been dominant. He's hitting 364 in the postseason. Unfortunately for me, unless that flies off the wall, that's going to be the end of the 7th, our half of the 7th at least. We go bottom 7. And it's this Diaz guy again. I think I'm going to let Stalmett go into the 7th. We'll see how he does. But that's a walk. Diaz gets on base to start the half. Schreiber is up. And Diaz has got no speed. That's good to know. He's got 30. So if we can get a ground ball situation, we could get a nice double play. Ooh, okay. Fouls that off. 2-2. I'll obviously take a strikeout. And we will not get it on that pitch. That was dangerous. That could have went into the left field corner very easily. Here comes the 2-seamer. How do you not ground that to a runner? Or how do you not ground that to a base? You foul that off. He stares at it. Frozen. Schreiber goes down looking. 3rd strikeout for Stalmett. And now Jose Altuve. Did I say he's DHing? I think that said he was DHing today. What a weird situation, but whatever. He is the leadoff man still, and I don't think I can make a play here. Arraez, he makes the play at second, but Altuve's too quick, and he makes it to first. So it's a fielder's choice, but Ellie De La Cruz cleans it up and gets us out of the inning. Beautifully done. Expertly done. And we go top 8 with Walter at the plate to lead off. Walter's got a home run already in this series. And I'm still waiting for my first one with him, and I'll have to wait another at-bat. When will it come? When will it happen for me? Byron Buxton. I am going to get Kendall Graveman scheduled to put in so that he can go bottom 8. Byron Buxton to the plate. 1-2 count. And Buxton, that one's got some steam underneath it. Byron Buxton to right field, and that one's gone over the right field wall. Byron Buxton. And it's 8-5 in Game 4 of the ALCS. The trade deadline rental might have just sent us to the World Series. That's why you make a trade, to boost your team at the deadline when you're thinking about playoff aspirations. And you make a trade for a guy who is dominant in clutch moments. 8-5 lead, and they keep Hunter Brown out. A little bit of an interesting decision, but he stays out there on the mound. Perez, ooh, Kyle Tucker makes the play. Thought that might have dropped in front of him. Bobby Witt's got a triple this one, man. He's cooking. This whole team is cooking. That's why we're up 3-0, almost 4-0 on the Astros. Unfortunately, we can't add any more runs besides the Buxton home run. But that might be all that we needed. That might be all that we needed because we've got Graveman coming in, and we are going to warm up Camilo Duvall as well. We're going to sit down Dylan Coleman just because we're probably not going to need him anymore. 2-1 against Alvarez. 3, 4, and 5. But we faced the 3, 4, and 5 of this Astros team plenty of times already this series. Circle change, 2-2. And that's going to not get past Pasquantino. I thought it was. That was hit really hard. I didn't know if his reaction time was going to be good enough, but it was. And now it's Kyle Tucker action. It's a 1-1 count to him with 1 out. In the bottom of the 8th, he swings past the fastball. And we're going to give him a little knuckler. Nobody can stand the knuckler. He stays off of it. Interesting choice. Good plate discipline. But he can't handle the slider. Strike 3. 2 outs in the inning. Ryan McMahon, he grounds that, but the shift will work in our favor. Bobby Witt sends it to first base, and the Astros are down to 3 outs in their entire season. Their entire season comes down to 3 outs. We will schedule Camilo Duvall to come in, and Luis Arraez will lead off the top of the 9th for maybe the final time in the ALCS. Hopefully the final time in the ALCS. I'd be just broken if they were able to come back and win this game. But Arraez will lead off with extra bases. That's a double into the right center gap. A leadoff double. And if we score 1 or 2 more runs, I might have to sit down Duvall because we're not going to need him. There's no sense in having him go out there and wasting some energy when we're probably going to need him in the World Series. Oh, I really want to chase after that, but I can't risk missing and striking out. De La Cruz stays off of it. It's a full count. I'll take a walk with De La Cruz, but a hit would obviously be better. And it's going to be not a hit. It's going to be neither. It's going to be an out to the second baseman. And that's the first. Is that Trevor Story? I might be Trevor Story out there. Vinny Pasquantino has a full count as well. Hunter Brown is really working himself into some dangerous spots. And Pasquantino sends that up to center field. I'm sending Arraez around third. And that is going to be 9-5. I'm working 9-5. Pasquantino delivers an extra insurance run, and I'm sitting down Camilo Duvall. Cancel schedule to put in, sit him down, and warm up Joe Jimenez. And schedule him to put in the game. Because we don't need Camilo Duvall anymore. Juan Soto's got a 2-2 count. And we've got ourselves a full count again. That's 3 straight batters that have had a full count against Hunter Brown in this inning. He's really getting some work in. And he will walk Juan Soto. So with 1 out in the top of the 9th, they pull Hunter Brown for Jonathan Hernandez. And Teoscar Hernandez will step to the plate. Ooh, he's only 1 for 4 today. But maybe he can change his ways and clinch his spot as the postseason MVP if he hits a 3-run homer here. You'd have to think they'd give it to him if he did that. Regardless of what happens in the World Series. And remember, this is our first time being in the postseason, too. And for us to get to the World Series and our first trip to the postseason, historical. But I told you, I made the right moves. I'm a good GM. I got galaxy brain type skills. You may have forgot. I just needed to find the right pieces. And we found ourselves a Rookie of the Year with Walter. I knew it was a good pick. You guys might have clowned me for drafting a guy who had C potential. but he won the Rookie of the Year when given an opportunity, and he's been big in this postseason as well. Unfortunately, I haven't been good with him, but he's been good in simulation. Joe Jimenez will come on to the mound to end the Astros season. They have 3 outs. It's the bottom of the 9th of Game 4, with the Royals leading 3-0. Here comes a slider. Pena will send that into center field, gets past Bobby Witt, and do the Astros have life? Jeremy Pena, that's really the first sign of life in this entire series for the Astros that I've seen. And that's going to be called strike 3. What a bailout. That was ball 4. That should have been 2 runners on, nobody out, but the umpire just wants to go home. He said the Astros are done. Maybe he was involved in the cheating scandal, and he said, I'm making up for my sins. That's a big strike 3 on Story. Diaz will pop this up to first base, or to the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino, and that's 2 down. The Astros are down to their final out in the season, and it's Scott Schreiber. And he says that to De La Cruz, but it's past him into left field. They get 1 more at bat. They stay alive for at least 1 more at bat, and it's the leadoff hitter, Jose Altuve. 1-1 count. The Astro fans are trying to get them back into this one. That's going to be down the third base bag, and it'll be fair. A 1-run scores. It's 9-6. Do we keep Jimenez out here? Do we keep Joe Jimenez out, or do we bring in Camilo Doval? I think we gotta bring in Camilo Doval. We can't risk it. It's 9-6. We're putting in Camilo Doval to get the final out. I don't care. It may be unnecessary. It may be overkill. But I am not allowing this Astros team to make it 5 games. Camilo Doval, all he's got to do is get 1 out. And he will do it. Arise Fields on to first. And the Royals are headed to the World Series for the first time in a decade. Let's go. The Kansas City Royals are back in the World Series. They're back on top of the American League. We've taken down the dynasty. Let's go. Look at the boys. American League champs 2025. Even whatever happens in the World Series in the next episode, whatever happens, regardless win or lose, we are on track for a championship. If it doesn't happen this season, it's got to happen in the next 2 to 3. Look at the boys. Everybody's happy. Everybody's excited. And the bonus is we get to celebrate in front of these Astro fans who all they can do is just sit there and watch and cry that their dynasty is over. There's a new dynasty in town, and its name is the Kansas City Royals. What a big, big series. Not only did we win the series against the Astros, which was never a guarantee, we swept them in 4 games. Buxton had a home run. We saw that one. We did that one. Juan Soto had a home run. And Teoscar Hernandez had a home run in that game as well. The Royals have won the American League Championship Series and will be taking on the Dodgers or the Cardinals in the World Series. It is 3-2 Dodgers. And it is 3-3 Game 7 of the NLCS. Who will meet us in the World Series? The Dodgers do. Of course, it had to be the Dodgers, who now have Shane Bieber of all people. They now have Shane Bieber. Of course they do. But it's the LA Dodgers in the World Series against the Royals. What a scene. They got Mookie. They got Shane Bieber. They got Murakami. They got Julio Urias, Will Smith, Dustin May, Evan Phillips. It's the Dodgers team that you've come to know and either hate or love. But they've added a few new faces. They've got Luis Severino. They've got Murakami. They've got Bieber. Has Murakami been here the entire time? No, he was in Chicago. And then Shane Bieber is obviously here. This is his first year here, and he's their ace. Him and that's an amazing starting rotation. Bieber, Urias, Dustin May, Gonsolin, and Servino. What? Severino is what I wanted to say. And then they've got guys like Bobby Miller coming up through the organization, Max Meyer. They've got some future potential, along with some younger guys as well, with Dustin May and Urias. They're not super young, but they're younger than Gonsolin and Severino. This is going to be a big matchup, man. I do not want to face the Dodgers, but I am going to adjust the pitching rotation so that Sasaki will start game 1, Singer will start game 2, then Lopez, then Painter, then Anderson. So that's how it's going to be for the World Series. Game 1 of the World Series will be Roki Sasaki versus Shane Bieber. Both teams sending out their aces for game 1. You do not want to miss the World Series in the next episode. It's going to be massive. And remember, if we have to go to Game 7, then we will do 1 through 6. Games 1 through 6 in next episode, and Game 7 will be its own separate video. I hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, we will take it in stride. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We got World Series baseball coming up next. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.